everyone, and welcome back to Stephanie's Cucina. I'm Stephanie Vanoy, and I'm coming to you from beautiful San Diego, California. It's dessert week for the Real Women of Philadelphia, and it's also Mother's Day today. So I'm going to make an amazing dessert in honor of my mom and my grandmas back in Fairmont, West Virginia. The dessert that I'm going to make today is a puff pastry that is stuffed with Philadelphia cream cheese and pineapple and fresh blackberries. I love fresh blackberries. They totally take me back to when I was a little girl. I used to pick them with my grandma, just pick the wild blackberries, and I would always look forward to that, and I couldn't get enough of those sweet, juicy blackberries. So this dessert is really going to feature the blackberries along with the Philadelphia cream cheese, and I can't wait to show you just how easy it is to make this amazing dessert. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is make my filling. I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese that I've already softened. I'm going to put that in my bowl, and I have got about a 1/4 cup of confectioner's sugar. And finally, I have an 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple that I have drained. And I'm just going to bring that all together, and I'm going to stir this in my bowl until it's nice and combined. Okay, so next I'm going to put everything together. I've got a cookie sheet here, and I'm going to spray it with just some canola spray. And I've got 2 sheets of frozen puff pastry that I've already thawed. And frozen puff pastry, if you've never used it, is a wonderful thing. You could make your own pastry dough, but this just makes it so much simpler, and this comes out perfect every time. And I've laid one out on my cookie sheet, and I'm just going to kind of press it down and press the seams together a little bit. And then I'm going to take the tines of a fork, and I'm going to poke holes all along this pastry just to keep the bottom sheet from puffing up while it's in the oven and give it a little stability. Okay, now I have my filling with the cream cheese and the pineapple and the powdered sugar, and I'm just gonna fold this out onto my pastry, and I'm gonna spread it out into a even layer. So next I'm going to take my blackberries. I've got about a cup of fresh blackberries here that I've cut in half. And I'm just going to sprinkle those on here and kind of spread them out with my hands so that they're all over the topping. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so I've got all my blackberries on there. And now I'm going to take my second sheet of puff pastry, and I'm going to unfold that, and I'm going to lay it over the top and seal all that good filling in there. Okay, so I've got my puff pastry, and I'm just going to kind of stretch it a little so that it meets the other edges. Alright, that looks great. And now I'm going to take a fork, and I'm just going to go all along the edge, and I'm going to crimp the pastry together so that it'll seal that all in there. So now I'm just going to take a sharp knife, and I'm going to cut slits all over the top so that the filling can breathe in the oven. Okay, so that looks good. And now I've got an egg that I've beaten up with 1 tablespoon of milk, and I'm just going to brush the top and the edges of the pastry with this egg wash. And this is going to help it get nice and golden while it's in the oven. Okay, I just want to make sure I get that all coated all over. And last but not least, I've got 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle that all over the pastry. This is just going to give it an amazing crispy crunch when you bite into it. And that's all there is to it. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees, and I'm just going to pop this in there for 25 minutes, and that's going to be the perfect amount of time to let it crisp up and get delightful. So while this is in the oven, I'm just going to go put on a pot of coffee, and I'll see you in a few. Okay, my pastry's come out of the oven. It came out just perfectly, exactly 25 minutes, and now I get to try it, and I can't wait. Look at this. You can see the layers of crispy pastry and the cream cheese and the blackberry and the crispy sugar on top. I'm going to pair that with a little Cool Whip and some coffee here, and it doesn't get much better than this. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to get a nice little bite of this. Get a little Cool Whip. Mmm. Mmm. Out of this world. Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. I can't wait for you to try this at home. Thank you for joining me today in Stephanie's Cucina for the Real Women of Philadelphia. I hope you enjoyed the recipe, and I hope you'll come back and see me again. And I want to say special Happy Mother's Day to Mom and Nunny and Mama. I love you all. So everybody take care, and until next time, ciao!